Dear friends, I'm back, and I'm still struggling with those technical problems which you've seen there on the EA server. The Anthem VIP demo is unfortunately not running as smoothly as I would expect it to be or wanted it to be. I'm having lots of problems with trying to access certain sections of the game. So what I'm going to do, instead of trying to get to the mission, is I'll do free play, and I want to see whether there's going to be a difference with that. Free play is just not happening for some reason as well. Cortex. No, free play is not working in here. I don't know why, but it just isn't. Just praying to God that it will allow me to come in, but I don't know whether it will or not. It's been very dicey. Very much sort of hit and miss, and again it's nothing I can do. Oh, we got in.
Ready
Finally.
to go. I'll start going through the reports coming in, see if anything catches our interest.
Okay, understood.
Silent path unlocked. Actually flying is quite easy. You just need to work out the strategy. Managed to successfully deplete. Nearly got killed. So we need to see what our mission is and how on earth are we going to be regaining a life. These are some of our deepest concerns. Yeah, it works now. So we'll try to just train ourselves a bit in flying. So we're going up and then we're going down and we'll go around. Okay. Okay, it's not too bad. We got there in one piece. But what we actually do need to see... Oh, these are the enemies. Okay, let's see if I was to fire a rocket in there. Yeah, there's a bit of a lag on the server I can see with ammunition. That's probably why I couldn't really hit the enemies early on. Okay, let's have a look at our journal. Inverse functions. Inverse functions. The manifold has split Matthias into three. The trio doesn't quite understand how and why this happened. They need to learn all they can about the manifold and the consequences of this divide. We may get several weapons in there: pistol, heavy weapon, sniper and rifle. Well, this is very... The journal is basically locked in. And we're not able to get out of it by the looks of it. But I had to see what that... Oh, no. Finally it registered. So let's get out of it. Launch expedition. Okay. Collect some of that stuff, whatever that is. Harvest mineral. No. Chimeric alloy we got. Oh no.
I've detected some scars in the area.
Scars are enemies, as you remember. I was telling you about scars early on when reading the journal, when reading the library. So we can in fact have a look around a bit. But what's interesting is in here I've not been joined by 3 other players like before, so maybe previously there was some sort of error, I don't know. We'll have to see. I just want to see whether Anthem Twitter is updating, and if so, I'll be curious to see whether they said anything about those problems. Just bear with me, I just want to find that Anthem tweet and the Twitter page to find out whether they are still tackling and resolving these problems. Okay. 1 hour ago, Electronic Arts said the main issue impacting the Anthem VIP demo on PC and PlayStation 4 has been resolved. Anyone who has had an issue on this platform should restart the game and attempt to join again. Our team is still working on fixes for some of the issues we are seeing on Xbox One. Well, that's not true really, because we were just having the same problem again. And some very unhappy people on this forum, I have to admit. And you could see people complaining. James Kessling said, well, you're not wrong, I've been waiting since 11 AM Central. And then there's another person saying this was on the Xbox home screen, I think the date is a typo. What is going on? Lots of unhappy people coming from Xbox. And then one person says it has nothing to do with Xbox, it has everything to do with Electronic Arts choices. Other person very unhappy saying again Xbox getting shafted. And the other person says, love how Anthem was supposed to be Xbox only, then PS4 and PC got it, now we have to wait 8+ hours to play that demo. What on earth is going on? Some people saying this is not a beta test, it's a demo, it should work. Then one person, Spectacular Insanity, is saying there are no words to describe how disappointed I'm feeling. I've been looking forward to this demo and I annoyed everyone because I never stopped talking about how cool this game is. And today I thought I could play this starting at the login screen. Well, that's very disappointing. Well, I can understand that because I had the same problem earlier today. Okay, so they said that this problem has been resolved, but let's hope it has been. And we are going to be posting that to our Twitter as well. And they said also that everything's been resolved, so I don't know. I will have to see whether this is true or not. But just very quickly have a look again. Well, some people supporting Electronic Arts saying it's also a beta, there are bugs, deal with it like an adult. But we have some activity in here, so we better watch out. Lag in there as well, see? Strictly speaking, gentlemen, and we can certainly say that the problems have not been resolved, they're persisting. Okay. Probably can take a nice screenshot of this as well from there. Doesn't look like it's been resolved at all. So please do not post news which are not true to fact. Instant lag. Okay, we'll take a good look at that. Maybe also there. Very nice. Okay. See whether we can collect this again or not. We could, so that's good. That light's gone. No. Exploring the world. But we'll try to resolve these. Okay, that's better. Doing a bit of target practice because early on we couldn't really do that.
I don't want to know what they're planning. I say we get rid of them.
So we need to destroy scar stockpiles before they're put into use. Okay. But it looks like they are. Look at that. It's very impressive. It is reminiscent of Mass Effect, I have to say, design-wise. It really does look very similar. Not similar to Destiny in that respect. Okay, so we need to go up here, do we? Looks like it. Well, it's true what the gentleman said. He said, this is still brand new, this is a beta test, and then therefore we have to be a bit more patient. I agree with that. At the end of the day, there's a lot of massive interest for Anthem, and everybody wants to play the game literally from the word go on the first day, so obviously there are likely to be some problems, but I have to say that the problems are very considerable, and perhaps Electronic Arts should have considered all the issues which we already talked about. If I hit him with that rocket, I got him, yeah. That's good. And that one in there, so now they're coming now. Well, that was tricky because he had that mine. That could have been costing me. I better get out. I was happy taking screenshots. And I got hardly any life left now. So I better get out and better regain some life. Okay. Have to get rid of him because he is targeting me with precision. Our combat sequences here are good. Oh, he recharged. Why he recharged? Okay, this was quite good also with walking and shooting, quite pleased with that. Nice and smooth. Finally, I got him. Because they would kill me otherwise, right? So I need to work out how to fly and shoot at the same time. That probably would be quite good. Managed to avoid that one. Oh, here he is. Ideal. In fact, I'll do this standing, probably better. Oh dear. What am I going to do with him? Okay, so it says javelin malfunctioned, waiting to be repaired. I have to say that the controls with the main character are a bit strange. So I'm standing in so the enemies after being killed are disappearing. Okay. There's car threats, but we don't have any map. Okay. Destroys car stockpiles before they're put to use. Okay. See what these scar stockpiles are going to be. They're all up there. Up there. Directly into the base. Look at that. Okay. So where are the stockpiles? Okay. Hold that button, square button to respawn. Okay. But I think I probably have to be seated because I don't see my screen too well from this distance. Can I lag? Come on, give us a break. Well, as I told you, I'm very hungry, so I'll munch away as we are still doing the demo. Well, to get some good fire on the enemy, as you could see, they can die, but actually their life is affected by lag. I'm just exploring the area a bit. Now it's a mission, it's a firefight and everything. But I like kind of poking around a bit. All of them are there. Yeah. We'll have a look in here as well a bit. The enemy's torturing prisoners. And see, the tricky thing is we don't see the map. The map is very important, so if we were to be looking at the map here, where is the actual target? The well, necropolis, scar threats. Okay. Let's see. Run this a bit. Okay. Wait a minute. The battle sequence, the action sequences are quite good. I think once you get used to the controls, they are exciting. Also, the graphics are very good. The enemies and everyone. What's the map? Taking black. Okay. Where is he? Don't see him. Who's there? Where though? Don't see him. Sniper and this. Missed it. Well, actually, it's quite enjoyable. Multiplicity of weapons in me. So this mission is good. Like it. Lag had killed me. not the enemy. Taking lots of screenshots as well. That's very good. I enjoy this battle sequence. This was very good. Well, you can see that there's no chat, but the reason for that is at the restart the game several times. Challenge complete, healer trial of Ivenia. So we'll have a look. Why is it I can't see my lag again? Look at that. Expedition, and I want to see my options. Challenges, curious about that. Trials, Path to Glory Bronze, Munitions Trial of Karif, Forge Right Trial of Ivenia. Complete the challenges. Healer Trial of Ivenia. What does this mean? Healer Trial of Ivenia rewards 5 coins awarded by repairing downed allied javelins. Okay. Sharpshooter Trial awarded for defeating enemies by hitting the weak points. Weapons Trial of Otinia awarded for defeating enemies with weapons. Okay. So this challenge has been completed. I will carry on. It's been good practice. Banging me a bit there. Arm is undamaged. Okay. Star's been dealt with. All gone. There are plenty of enemies in there, so you could see. Look at that. That's good. Very strong. Sorts of characters now. Look at that. He's dead as well. It's a shame they're disappearing. I'd like to see them on the ground. So that's going to be my feedback to BioWare. We want to see the enemies dead on the ground. There they are, look at that. So I'm just trying to think. This one as well. E.T. Rose. E.T. Rose is here. Hello, how are you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for coming and thank you for watching my Anthem broadcast. This is, of course, our Anthem VIP demo, which has been launched today. And there have been lots of technical problems with it. So, really plagued with heavy lag and several difficulties in trying to access missions where basically the game would be simply locked and we couldn't get in, had to restart the game and the broadcast 5 or 6 times. But the question is this anything like Destiny 1? Well, to tell you the truth, the gameplay and the interactivity so far which I've had is more affiliated with Mass Effect than Destiny. Obviously we have some sequences of fighting which may resemble Destiny, but the flavour of the game is definitely so far not really Destiny-like. Some characters look like some of the enemies and knights, you know, and various knights, but guards which I've seen there in the base protecting some of the gates, similar to Destiny characters. But the actual flavour of the game is very similar to Mass Effect, I have to say. That it doesn't really, as yet, have the aura of Destiny. But the concept is similar. This is a vast open world, lots of areas to explore, as you could see. I'm literally just walking around here and finding out for myself, you know, what's where, and having a lot of fun. Although my progress in those missions is hampered by heavy lag, because we have heavy lag on the server. Then when you shoot at the enemies, you know, the fire doesn't register. And I mean, it's, you know, so far enjoyable. And everyone's very annoyed about the technical problems, which were very considerable today. But I just ask everyone to be a bit patient. It's a brand new game. Very many people are doing the VIP demo. I have to say I'm really staggered by the sheer number I've seen on Twitch. And these are, you know, your streamers, not really the people who are playing the game literally from the word go. So very busy EA server for certain. But as you can see, the graphics are very good, the resolution is excellent, and we have a lot of attention given to detail. So all the locations and all the characters are beautifully designed and worked through. And also have to say, so far, despite the massive lag, I quite liked action sequences because the character was very mobile, and when shooting you have really very good third-person perspective on firing and everything else, as you will see very shortly. So really, I have to say, purely in terms of gameplay, I thoroughly enjoyed it. But you know, technical problems will be resolved, of course. It's just the first day. Look at that. So when I'm walking, as you can see, I can be firing really nicely. Be very good aiming as well. Be running and jumping, and you know. So it keeps firing in here. I can see them firing from elevated positions in there. It takes a little while to master those controls because every Javelin suit has lots of different functions, so it's sort of multi-functional, and that so far has been entertaining. Like for instance, you can see I can fire rockets at the enemy soldier, I can lob a grenade, you see that in here, but fire rocket at this character, like that. It's instantly wasted, as you can see, and then he disappears, and then in here we'll lob a grenade in there. Unfortunately I was a bit slow. These mines are very deadly, you've got to shoot at them when they come your way. Dika Royce is here and she says, I'm not sure if I'll get the game yet or not. Well, I'd actually advise you to watch lots of gameplay on VIP Demo, because there are lots of streamers doing it, and you get a very good flavour of what this game is about. Apparently this demo is providing us with up to 8 hours of gameplay, so that's really absolutely awesome. So it's not short demo, it's like massive. You get a really good flavour of what the game's going to be like. As you can see, the firefights are really fluid. They're really enjoyable. You can walk your character and fire at will. So it's just a question of mastering the movement. What I quite like is the character is not racing, which means the actual motion is very, very, very good. Said, very fluid, very see now there's a lag, so now if the enemy comes behind me, I can't get away, so I'm there. They're all there, but I can't get away. See that? It's a technical problem. Because of the lag, I can't get away. See? Royce says, well, I was just stopping in for a little bit, but I'm off to bed now. Have a good night and good time gaming. Thanks for the information. My pleasure indeed. I'm having a lot of fun, but as you can see, I can't complete the mission because of this massive lag, because if you're cornered with the enemies, the lag is killing you, and the enemies are firing at will. Look at it. See that? So many of them. We got back to the beginning of the mission. Well, thank you for coming and thank you for having a look. Really appreciate it. And you know, pop in tomorrow and on Sunday. I'll be doing Anthem literally throughout the whole weekend, because as you know, the VIP demo is being premiered and offered for this weekend, and then it stops on Sunday night, so we cannot do it anymore after Sunday. Therefore, we are going to be literally... Technical issues are always there when you have demos and, you know, various beta tests, but eventually they will be resolved. We're getting a good flavour of what games like. I think atmosphere is good, the environment is good, the enemies are formidable. Yeah, so on some sections it works. Yeah. When you are going to be flying, it seems to be working alright, but when you are running, it's lagging a lot more. Well, Royce, thank you for coming and popping in. Thank you for supporting my channel and my broadcast. I certainly hope that you are going to be back and you'll join us at weekend with our future Anthem broadcast, because Anthem is going to be the next big blockbuster combined with Destiny here on my channel once it comes out on the 22nd of February. Same, we'll go to that base and we are going to be... Ooh. some of those animals are hostile. You have to be really very careful when approaching them. See this? Lag. Lag again. Literally. Gear Master. Well, I figured out how to use these rockets for sure, and that's been so far beneficial. I'm having a lot of fun. Just wish that lag wasn't so severe because I progressed further in my missions, but it doesn't really matter because obviously what I want to do here is I want to be testing my abilities and, you know, weapons and all of that, so I can gain some skill, which will help once the game comes out. Ooh. Nasty big brute. Something for us to collect from there, okay? What is this? 5 coin, uncommon item, that's good. So see, there are lots of hostiles up there. Map. We don't see them at the moment, doesn't matter. The double cross is unlocked now. Okay. Yeah, this reminds me a bit of that gameplay demo which we've seen. And now the enemies have gone, and I did see them a moment ago, so what happened to them? Why is that not there anymore? Is the question. And I also need to learn how to use my radar. Doesn't really matter where I'm going. I'm certainly exploring the area and, you know, looking at whatever is out there. You can see this is like useful, walking and firing. Reminds me of Mass Effect, maybe of Halo as well, but I just think that the motion on this character is a lot more fluid and quite like the way the firing actually takes place here. Really like it. This is something hostile. Oh. Forge Rights Trial of Ivenia has been completed. Well, one rare amber. And then there was this generic item as well. So Well, as you can see, we have the basic task, which is the expedition, but I haven't even launched it yet. Having a lot of good fun by doing some target practice. So let's do that. Using my rocket. So the use of weapons is quite simple. You just have to literally learn bits. Be learning how to land properly is not particularly. These have been nicely resolved. Okay, let's do it standing. Let's see whether there's any difference at all. Just that when I'm standing, I'm slightly further away from the screen. The only downside. And now we are coming probably to a valley with lots of enemies. Scars are our enemies in here, right? That's when you get a proper sniper rifle, be able to do some proper recce. Didn't get as far yet. There we are. With that one there, and I got him, so that was pretty good. Yep, that worked. There goes there. Well, oh, there's another one in there. Well, he needs to be dealt with immediately. Oh, look at that. Okay. I did manage to get them, but this is tricky. One has to be quite fast in this environment and really alert. See the front side. I'm wondering really about all those collections. I'm not sure about collectors. Why is this lag happening when I have the greatest enemy there? Fifth time again, the same problem. Let me just rest for a second and I have something to eat. The missions are enjoyable. See, this lag is not allowing me to run. I have to say that Electronic Arts had the cheek to make a Twitter posting saying that the technical problems have been resolved for PlayStation 4. Well, maybe one of the problems has been resolved, but this is definitely persisting. I can't really move my character from his basic position. Look at that. Can't go anywhere. Stuck. Yeah. Didn't work too well. Lag killed me again. When it's so laggy, then your ammunition, I mean your hits do not register properly, so 5 coins I got, didn't I? So let me think, where was I going then? There, I think.
Rapid increase in shaper energy detected in the area. Find the source. There's a number of shaper fragments in the area. That's one. Good. Keep going.
I'm just doing square to 1. Alright. I prefer to walk bit by bit, explore the area. I'm not actually racing it, but very annoying that this lag is persisting. The lag is not affecting just my motion, but also my ability to destroy enemies.
Skull Eater is down. Well fought.
Here we go. Back in shape.
I'm looking for some new instructions in there. Alright, that's been resolved. salvage goods unlocked, so that's pretty good. So as you can see, by exploring the area we're unlocking lots of different missions or items or subquests, all sorts, so that's pretty good. Something's cooking. Okay, harvest organic.
Getting multiple Dominion signatures. They're around here.
They're likely to be down there. Experience points. Not sure what that is, but received some extra benefits. No. Well, the bioware producers were right. This is a very, very vast open world. We can pursue the missions in all sorts of ways, you know, and then we can also discover the way which is the best for us. Because although we have this expedition here, what's happened now? I've gone into the wrong area, I think. Although we have the expeditions, I didn't want to go in there, necropolis. No, I don't want to go there. Not to necropolis yet. I wanted to resolve the enemies that we've seen elsewhere. So that's the idea. No, that's silent path. So that's where we want to be. Look at the map. Massive big area, so you could see. Went the wrong way. Oh, this is going to be the right one. Let's see. Skystone mine.
Reports of outlaws in the area. We should look into this.
Goodness, this is massive.
Outlaws are trying to hold the area. Those turrets are a serious threat. Take them out.
Okay. So... Oh no, not like that. Went into this enemy's den. But quite frankly, I've gone to the completely wrong area. I wanted to be somewhere else, and I better really adjust my movement accordingly. Ah, don't bring me back, this silly lag. Ridiculous. Look at that. Look at it. It's just like bringing me back. How am I to win it? When I want to throw a grenade, it brings me back. Look, that's just ridiculous. Sort it out, BioWare. No coins. Previously there were. Okay, I was able to do that. But you could tell how lag is killing me and all possibilities of progress in here. Anyway, that's good. Let's hope I'll sort it out until tomorrow. Oh, what on earth is that? Bring it back. Okay. So these are dead. More difficult with the other Scar enemies. Where am I? Just being thrown into an area out of the blue. I wasn't even coming. Look at this. Not good. So what's happening here? What was it doing then? Well, that's definitely not sorted out, not working. Laggy, enemies cannot be killed. Being brought to the areas where they want to be. And all sorts. Okay. Well, I'm sure there have been many complaints launched, because for everyone who bought the Legion of Dawn edition, you know, this doesn't look very good for anyone who wants to be seen as a VIP tester. It's terrible. Technically, this is really bad. Look at this. The game itself is very good, but technically this is appalling. At least this works. I want it to be seen. There. No. Taco Inquisition is here. Hello Taco, how are you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for coming to my Anthem VIP demo broadcast. Well, I can tell you, lots of things have been going on, but Anthem demo game-wise is great, but technically it is absolutely abysmal. So many technical problems the whole day, too many to name really. Look at this, hit with the rocket and can't die. And the lag is just absolutely abysmal. Look, you see that? Hit several times with this rocket launcher and then eventually just disappears. Look at that. We don't know whether this is dead or alive. Really marred with technical problems. Considering this is a VIP demo for everyone who pre-ordered the Legion of Dawn edition, there are lots of complaints out there already, but there will be many more, believe you me. On the other hand, I can understand, because everybody's gone, you know, to play Anthem tonight. The server's overloaded, but still, some of the technical issues are very great. But generally, you know, lots of elements of the gameplay have been very enjoyable. The base is incredible, the attention to detail there is just second to none. It's literally like a combination of Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Mass Effect, you know, it looks very kind of Middle Eastern. And the gameplay here with my character in the firefights, I mean, it's a bit hard to judge as yet because there's so, you know, so many technical problems. But you see, I can't pick up the item, look at that. But I think generally we are talking about a game that is going to be very, very good once all these issues are resolved. The way the suit is controlled, look at that. So yeah. Ooh, need to be now hitting those enemies there. Lag is preventing me from hitting them properly, look at that. Why are they not dying? They've gone too far. Aimed at 100%. Well, this is just... don't want to die and I can't get away. To get away from that area, I think. Or I did manage to get away from that area. Nothing works. Keeps bringing me back to the same position. Just doesn't want to work. Looks like I was able to get away eventually. My goodness, so many difficulties. Grab a hot drink. Not really able to enjoy some of the firefights anymore. There was a time about an hour ago where firefights were good, but I can tell that there are segments of the game, or the sections of the, you know, the world where things don't seem to work. Okay. Taco says he thinks this is my internet. No, 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 it's not my internet. These are the problems reported by everyone. Well, I don't really know, maybe it's my region, you know? Depends on the region. But this is just the way it's been whole night, really, ever since the demo started. I had to relaunch the game several times. If you look at Anthem game Twitter, the official game Twitter, you will see that they've written in there on what's causing the problem, and they said they resolved it for PlayStation, still not resolved for Xbox. But that's actually, strictly speaking, not the case, because PlayStation has had many problems throughout the night. And actually the problems are kind of, they vary. One moment they're like this, next minute there's something else, you know. Initially the problem was with logging in. The game would be just loading and never completing unloading. And then as we progressed during the night, this has become more apparent than before. So one problem after another, I'm afraid. But what you're saying is it's possible that other people are playing different sections, because I think this lag and the problems are kind of allocated in certain parts of the open world, you know? So you could see that in some sections in here I couldn't kill the enemies, like knives. Knives is going to be good, you see knives working. So it just depends where you are. It's not internet related. Tucker's asking, well, aside from the issues, what do you think so far? Well, I can certainly tell you that I think the game is potentially amazing, and I really liked lots of things I've seen so far. Obviously technical issues are present on beta tests and on such demos, but overall I'm sort of thinking that the game is having a flavour of Mass Effect with some elements of Destiny, but it doesn't actually look or feel like Destiny, you know? When you play it you have more of the Mass Effect flavour. There's a lot of RPG content with lots of discussions with different characters. You pick up different items, you explore them, you read, you know, many items there in the journal and in the library. So in that respect it's similar to Mass Effect, and I mean I thoroughly enjoyed it so far. Hence the technical issues, which I think will be resolved. You see that? could see as soon as we went to the different area, it's a different story. So it's actually area specific. Was asking whether I tried restarting the game. I think I've tried, not tried, but I've done it about 35 times restarting, and I had to discontinue my broadcast about 6 times because the demo wouldn't load. So it's multiplicity of technical problems really. Literally throughout the day, you know, it's not just now, it's literally throughout the day. 6.5, 7 hours, I would say. I wasn't able to access the demo due to technical problems early in the day, and I managed to get another code, and then I accessed it around 10 o'clock UK time. So that would be altogether about 6 hours, just over 6 hours. But many problems with loading of the game, and the loading problems were not at the beginning, but when you were to commence with a mission. You would access the mission and then it looked like, you know, it would look like it's loading, and then it would freeze and you couldn't access any other commands on controls, nothing, just literally frozen. And I looked it up on Anthem game Twitter, and they said the only way to resolve that was by restarting the game, which meant I had to also restart the broadcast. It was a real pain, but they said they resolved that. I'm not sure that they did, and they put a posting in there saying everything which is PS and PC related has been resolved, but this is very far from the truth. And I can tell you that the problems are very fluid. They keep coming and going, and they're multiplying, and also they vary, you know. So the original problems had actually moved into a different area, and now we're experiencing a different kind of technical glitch. But purely in terms of how the game looks and how it feels, and, you know, for instance, the controls, when it functions, you know, the way he walks, and when he starts shooting, it's really good. It really has massive potential. See that? It's like a black spot for him to move. He can't move because I'm trying to fly him and he keeps coming back. He can't fly, came to the wrong area. So it's glitchy in certain sections. And see that? I'm getting the water. Now suddenly I can. 1 minute I can, next minute I can't. See that? So and I've gone across the pond, and now I'm being brought back again by this game, by the lag. See that? I've just left this area. Brought back to the same, see? Nope, can't move anywhere. Now I can. Now I can. And what's annoying is I put the map on and then the map wouldn't go away. See, I keep moving forward and then the game brings me back. All the time I'm being brought back. Well, this is very, very hard to play because obviously I just plagued by so many problems, and maybe I will bring it to a close and then we'll carry on again in the morning when I wake up, in the afternoon, depending on when I wake up, really. Attacker says hopefully they'll fix it soon. Well, I'm hoping, but you know, on the other hand, it's been caused today, and there've been just many problems. I don't know what as to why, but if you look on their Twitter, so many complaints, and I can understand that because you know, a lot of people bought the Legion of Dawn Special Edition, which costs about £80, and then they're very unhappy with, you know, the fact that the demo is not working. But then on the other hand, to be fair, this is not an ordinary demo. It has a very major chunk of gameplay. You know, for a PC, the size is about, I think, 42 gigs, and for PS and for Xbox it's about 30 gigs, 29 gigs. And it contains about 8 hours of gameplay. So, and that's 8 hours, I think, straight on the story missions. And as you can see, there's a lot of, you know, there are lots of different areas which you can explore, so principally that might be like 20-30 hours of gameplay, and I think that's probably what's causing. It's a very ambitious project, and I think it's a very ambitious demo as well. They wanted to do everything. Just what's really also worthy of note is I watched the producers yesterday doing the world premiere of the demo, and they said that they will not maybe right on, you know, around the launch date, but certainly within the first couple of months they will enable cross-platform play as well, which means that people from PC, Xbox and PS4 will be able to come to the same arena, and that's terrific. I think that's going to be really very important for the game, and you know, lots of other things which were said. But I'm getting a bit tired now, ready to go to bed, and I talked about it at length earlier today, you know, at the beginning of my broadcast. If you're interested, you can have a look at the Anthem broadcast number 1 from tonight, because I have like several, 6 I think, or 7. But in the first one I talked a bit about what the game producers were redescribing during the world premiere. Alright, I think we've come to the end for today. So what we are going to do is we are going to, let me just have a look. Challenges. Now you see the map and the options screen comes up and it doesn't work. Really delayed and laggy and everything. No, it doesn't want me to get out of here. Okay, fine, I did get out. So what I'll do is I'll just go somewhere where there are some enemies and then I'll let them kill me. Because I can't get out. The game is not giving me the option to bail at the moment. Unfortunately, this is not a pleasant viewing, but you are also getting a good idea on what difficulties there are technically, and obviously what all of us are grappling with, both the streamers and I guess certainly people from the developer as well. It keeps bringing me back all the time. Astonishing. Look at that. Now I can't be even landing, look at that. Well, I mean, I've heard of glitchy demos, but this is just literally topping it. I've never actually played or heard of anything as bad as this, technically. You know, we heard stories about Fallout 76 launch and all the problems, but this is just really... And it's a multiplayer. It's a multiplayer game. Look at this. I'm not even doing anything. The character is being thrown about. Again, I'm not even touching any controls. I can't control it at all. I need to close the broadcast because I'm getting tired and this is frustrating, and we are not getting any appropriate gameplay in here compared to what we were getting earlier tonight. You could see it's not even responding to options, command or anything. Okay, let's see. Can anyone tell me why is I'm surviving this? obviously can't be killed. Not with the enemy to be. Alright my friends, thank you very much for watching the broadcast. As you could see, I've been struggling with all the technical problems which were plaguing this Anthem VIP demo. I tried my best really to get some gameplay going, but as you could see, it is absolutely impossible. Enemies can't be killed, I can't be killed, then suddenly I get lag, then I can't move from certain areas. It's just all together completely warped. I'm certainly hoping that the Electronic Arts and Bioware technicians are looking into this and they will resolve it in the weekend, but so far we cannot really experience the demo in full. What I've seen game wise and introduction wise was absolutely astonishing, but when it came to the battle sequences and also being joined by other members here, it just all seemed completely messy and unplayable. So let's hope that the technical issues are going to be resolved, and I will take obviously now a moment to retire and then indeed rest after literally playing and attempting to play this demo for quite a while. As you could see, 6 hours of it were plenty enough for us to realize that this is actually not going to be working. We did have similar problems with some other games in the recent times, and indeed the good news is that this is obviously a demo. But considering that this VIP demo was offered to people who basically purchased and pre-ordered the game, inclusive of the top tier Legion of Dawn edition, this is obviously grossly disappointing, and I'm sure you would have seen already on various internet forums there have been lots and lots of complaints, and they're actually coming from all platforms, so it's not just PlayStation 4 related. I've heard that the problems on Xbox were much worse than on PS, so there you go. At least we could see some of the visuals and appreciate what the game is actually going to look like in due course. So on that note, I will thank you all for coming. Indeed, I want to thank you for supporting my broadcast and my channel, and then I will wish you all a very, very good night.